Live from GCW's Broadcasting Center in New York City, it's GC News.
Good evening and welcome to GC News at 9. I'm JohnnyZillion.
And I'm Hurst26, and here are tonight's top stories.
After a video of the fatal attack on Ahmaud Arbery went viral on Tuesday, many more people are now speaking out about this tragic event. In a letter published on Friday by the Players Coalition, it asked Attorney General William Barr to intervene in the case and for a federal investigation into Ahmaud's death. Anquan Boldin, former NFL wide receiver, stated on Twitter that, quote, "Today should have been Ahmaud Arbery's 26th birthday, and said our nation is mourning. Because of the local conflict of interest, at Player Coalition, other athletes and I are urging Attorney General Barr to have the FBI and the DOJ investigate this tragic death. We need action." Gregory and Travis McMichael, the two suspects behind the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, were arrested Thursday night and were charged with murder and aggravated assault, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. However, many people, including the Players Coalition, believe that federal intervention is necessary, for George McMichael used to work in the police department, saying that it, quote, "can never be independent." The Players Coalition on Twitter also stated that, quote, "a grand jury isn't enough. For people to put faith in our justice system, the FBI must get involved with the DOJ's criminal section of Civil Rights Division, like they did for Rodney King, the Danziger Bridge shootings, and Parchman Prison, where local officials fell short." This story is currently developing.
One of Vice President Mike Pence's closest aides, Press Secretary Katie Miller, confirmed to NBC News that she has tested positive for coronavirus, making her the second administration staffer known to have become infected this week. Miller, the wife of top Trump advisor Stephen Miller, said she tested positive on Friday after testing negative on Thursday. She said she's asymptomatic. President Donald Trump told reporters on Friday that Miller had tested negative recently. Quote, "She is a wonderful young woman, Katie," Trump said during a meeting with Republican lawmakers at the White House. "She tested very good for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden today she tested positive. She hasn't come into contact with me, spent some time with the vice president, so she tested positive out of the blue." A White House official told NBC News that Miller had been at the White House in the morning before testing positive. The official also said she was showing signs of symptoms.
The CDC reports that the Trump administration has refused a coronavirus reopening plan written by the CDC itself. The guidance provided suggestions for the government on the reopening guidelines of common places such as schools and churches, just to name a few. Trump himself has very much pushed the need to quickly reopen the country to improve the weakening American economy. A CDC official talked about the refusal, saying that, quote, "We are used to dealing with a White House that asks for things and then chaos ensues. A team of people at the CDC spent innumerable hours in response to an ask from Debbie Birx. The 17-page report represents an ask from the White House task force to come up with these recommendations. That's our role, to put together this guidance." The draft of the plan included 6 categories: child care programs, schools and day camps, communities of faith, employers with vulnerable forces, restaurants and bars, and mass transit administrators. For each of those categories, the CDC offered the reopening in a set of phases. However, Trump has hinted that they will unlikely be accepting any propositions to reopen the country. Trump stated at a representative meeting that, quote, "I see the normal being what it was 3 months ago. I think we want to go back to where it was. I want to go back to where it was. That's where we're going to be."
A new disease has been impacting children as a result of COVID-19. A 5-year-old boy in New York has become the first child in the United States to die from a condition called Pediatric Multisymptom Inflammatory Syndrome that is believed to be linked to COVID-19. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said during a briefing Friday that the State Department of Health is investigating several related cases in children. This would be really painful news and would open up an entirely different chapter, Cuomo said. This is an extremely rare and previously unknown presentation of COVID-19 in children. The Mount Sinai Health System said in a statement, "We extend our deepest condolences to the family in the wake of this tragedy." Nationwide, nearly 100 children have been diagnosed with the newly identified syndrome. At least 8 states, California, Delaware, Louisiana, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Washington, as well as Washington, D.C., have reported cases. Pediatric multi-symptom inflammatory syndrome can mirror symptoms of other inflammatory illnesses such as Kawasaki disease and toxic shock-like syndrome.
And now let's get a look of your national weather.
Yes, hello, I am Chief Meteorologist JSAC back in the weather desk checking on your national weather. That's right, it's great to be back. I had a nice long week this week, but I'm here and I'm going to start off with your weekend weather over there at the big screen. Let's take a big look at that. We got your weekend weather Saturday, tomorrow, cloudy and windy with some rain and snow showers. That's right, snow. I said it, snow. It's going to snow. All right. In May, it's going to snow. And Sunday is Mother's Day. That's right. Mother's Day. Mother's Day. Okay. Get that in your head now. It is Mother's. Go buy your mother a gift. Okay. Let's take a look at your Mother's Day weather. It'll be 60 degrees with some nice dry, warm sunshine, little cooler temperatures. Look at that. Look at that beautiful graphic. I'd like to thank our graphics department for going all out. All out on that one. Let's take a look at your Doppler radar. We have some, storms and such. It's storming and all that. Lots of storms. You see that light blue? That's snow. It's snowing now. If you're in upstate New York, you're getting snowed on right now. Okay? Let's take a look at your overnight tonight. Overnight tonight, it's going to be windy, partly cloudy, and a sunrise at 5:53 a.m. So, if you want to wake up at 5:53, you can see the sunrise. And let's take a look at your 7-day forecast, the next 7 days of your life. Saturday, we have some nice windy snow. That's right, windy snow. It's going to wind and snow at the same time. Sunday, we got a mix of sun and clouds. Monday, some scattered showers. Tuesday, mostly sunny. And Wednesday, it'll be nice and sunny. And Thursday, a passing shower, of course. And Friday, some more scattered showers. Lots of heavy weather out there. But, the weather is spring, so just keep on with it. Let's take it over to the guys at the desk.
We'll be right back after these words. Welcome back to GC News. The U.S. economy lost an unprecedented 20.5 million jobs in April, shattering all previous records and hitting the highest level since the Great Depression. The unemployment rate soared to 14.7%, up from 4.4% in March, after months at a half-century low. According to a monthly employment report released Friday by the Department of Labor, in over just a month, the coronavirus has wiped out all job gains since the Great Recession and brought the country's decade-long record economic growth streak to an abrupt halt. Quote, "This is the most and biggest acute shock that we've seen in our post-war history, said Michelle Meyer, head of the U.S. economics at Bank of America. April's staggering jobless totals is more than 10 times that of the previous unemployment record of 1.96, set in September 1945, when American soldiers returned home after World War II. The new unemployment rate is the worst since the height of the Great Depression, when it hit 24.9%.
Many people have been getting nervous about the murder hornet, an insect that can decapitate honeybees and possibly kill people with its venom, now arriving to the United States. This only struck fear and led to panic on social media, but now researchers are beginning to believe that the likelihood of murder hornets invading North America is not as much as you would think it is. The Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service contributed around $400,000 to research these hornets, their habitats, and to stop the spread of murder hornets in North America, and the organization is telling people to look out for any hornet nests to investigate the locations and spread of nests. Doug Yediga, senior scientist at the Entomology Research Museum at the University of California at Riverside, try saying that 5 times fast, says that, quote, they decided that it was important to let the public know and make sure that none of them show up this year, because if we go a year without them showing up, then we know we're pretty much in the clear. I think what made it worse was just the way that the New York Times article was written and the sensationalist Murder Hornets headline. He states that coming across a giant hornet is very unlikely, and even more common insects like mosquitoes are more deadlier than the murder hornets. He also states that murder hornets will most likely starve, as there is little to none insects for them to feed on. As murder hornets are coming towards North America, don't expect them to last there for.
If you're allergic, you're dead. A man was struck and killed by a Southwest Airlines plane as it was landing on the runway of Austin Bergstrom International Airport late Thursday, according to airport officials. The man who died was not an employee at the airport and hopped on the perimeter fence to gain access to the runway. Austin Airport spokesperson Brian Doobie confirmed to ABC News, "We are treating it as a security breach," Doobie said. "This is the first time we've had a runway incursion like this. We've had the occasional security breach, but no one has ever gone onto an active runway at the airport." The Transportation Security Administration said in a statement on Friday that it is conducting a check of the perimeter of the airport property with the airport security team.
Facebook today has redesigned its website, which is now available globally. Facebook stated on their blog that the site will, quote, now be the web experience for Facebook globally. It's faster, easier to use, and gives your eyes a break with dark. Dark mode has been advertised to be the standout addition to the update, but it's not the only thing Facebook has done to its site. The page now has a skinnier news feed, larger icons, and little to none empty space anywhere on the page. This redesign was first announced at its F8 Developer Conference in 2019, with a main purpose to refocus the core web experience around our areas many users enjoy. CEO Mark Zuckerberg, months prior to the update, has since shifted the company towards privacy-focused products and features due to ongoing scandals Zuckerberg had to face.
Coming up, Lori Loughlin is not out of the woods just yet.
And hurricanes are coming as fast as they possibly can. We'll be right back.
Welcome back once again to GC News. A federal judge in Boston on Friday refused to dismiss charges against actress Lori Loughlin, ruling that investigators did not fabricate evidence against her in a massive college admissions scandal. Loughlin, her fashion designer husband, Massimo Giannulli, and other defendants had argued that federal agents wrongly pressured the college admissions fixer and now cooperating witness Rick Singer in his talks with the parents. In notes taken off of Singer's iPhone, the admitted ringleader complained on October 2nd, 2018, that agents continue to ask me to tell a fib in improper efforts to draw recorded incriminating statements. U.S. District Court Judge Nathaniel Gordon wrote that he's satisfied with the government that the government has not lied or missiled him. Singer's notes related to future calls to be made to defendants was in response to the agent's efforts to get Singer to corroborate, not fabricate evidence, said Gordon. Loughlin, best known for her work on the long-running comedy Full House, and other defendants fighting charges insist they believe the money they paid was not intended to be bribed.
Hurricane season has been approaching for a while, and it may lead to an extremely active season. CNN meteorologist Taylor Ward says that, quote, nearly all seasonal projections that have been issued by various agencies, institutions, and private forecasting companies call for this season to be quite busy. Forecasts around the globe say that beginning June 1st, there will be massive hurricanes, with over 6 hurricanes this season. Some of them are going even as far as 9 hurricanes this season alone. Phil Klotzbach, research scientist in the Department of Atmospheric Science, states that, quote, in general, the consensus between seasonal hurricane forecasts this year is greater than it has been in the past few years. For an average season, there are usually 6 hurricanes and 12 named storms. However, for this season, we are expecting 12 hurricanes max and 17 named storms.
With help from a technique known as Lucky Imaging, researchers have used the Gemini North Telescope in Hawaii to capture some of the highest resolution images of Jupiter ever obtained from the ground. Combined with optical and radio observations from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and the Juno spacecraft, the images reveal new information about the formation of Jupiter's major storms and the planet's famous Great Red Spot, according to the Gemini Observatory. Lucky Imaging involves taking a large amount of short exposure pictures and only keeping the sharpest photos. From a Lucky Imaging set of 38 exposures taken at each pointing, the research team selected at the sharpest 10%, combining them to image to 1/9 of Jupiter's disk. The observatory explained in a press release. Stacks of exposures at the 9 pointings were then combined to make one clear global view of the planet. The technique allowed the team to obtain ultra-sharp Gemini infrared images of the planet, the observatory said.
After a 3-day mission in space, China's new, yet unnamed spacecraft has safely landed in a Chinese desert just today. Pictures released by the Chinese Space Corporation show the spacecraft intact, but a bit singed. This was a historic flight for China as it launched a prototype of their spacecraft to an altitude of 8,000 kilometers high. The China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation have also created a vehicle capable of sending humans to deep space and most likely the moon. A larger version of the spacecraft, a whopping 21 tons, is being designed for a planned moon expedition.
And
Coming up, find the latest trends with Blimey and Kirk's Day of Days, because everyone loves that. You know that. And we'll be right back. And go. Bye.
And welcome back to What's up?
Yeah, you may know him from Wheel of Fortune for GCW. Now he's on GC News and he works for us. Here he is, Blimey Slimy.
Hey guys, welcome to Social Media Trends. I'm the man with the plan, and let's get started with the trends. Okay, here we go with Boba Fett. Okay, what's happening with Boba Fett? You guys probably know about Boba Fett from Star Wars. Well, it turns out that Boba Fett will appear in The Mandalorian Season 2. The problem is that the show is, spoiler alert, after Boba Fett's death. The good news is that let me pronounce this right. Tamura Morrison, the actor of Jango Fett, Boba's father, is going to play Boba's Fett in The Mandalorian. Good news is that The Mandalorian is slated to return to Disney Plus in October, and Season 3 is reported to be in the works. Now here's the next one, Miss Monopoly. You probably know or don't know about Miss Monopoly, the female counterpart of the Monopoly Man. It's basically a new board game where females rule the Miss Monopoly game. People are losing their mind of a new ad that were presented recently. It was released in September, but resurfaced in the viral tweet today. In true corporate fashion, the Hasbro toy company is making great strides in feminism. The trends will be coming and they won't stop coming. The news team, what do you have?
Oh, I'm doing this now? All right. Well,
Yep.
Thank you, Blimey. And now we're going to pass it over to Kirk Jeremy for the Day of Days. And why are you not here? Kirk, get into the green screen for the love of God.
Sorry, my coffee. It's delicious.
That's great.
My coffee. Nothing special today. I mean, it's Tyler Latart's birthday. Brendan Latart's birthday, too. And Marcel Cunningham. You know Marcel
I'm
Cunningham.
depressed. Wake up. Come on.
I don't want to. Fine. Ethan Wacker. You know that guy who was on that one Disney show that Simba's trying to, There's also Marcel Cunningham, who's basically I Do Works. You know that YouTuber, the black guy? I don't. No, not much else to say.
No.
Black guy?
No,
Yeah, he's a
black guy. Huh?
I
Live
never
on the
saw it.
news. Live on the news. Ladies and gentlemen.
Literally specifying it's a black guy. Just, black guy.
What? You want me to do you want me not to? Oh, by the way, it's one of Michael Jackson's album's birthday today.
Which one?
Wanna Be Starting Something.
Oh.
No, it was a song. Also, Star Trek aired today. Hot Pursuit, Thank You, Wine Country, Southerner Charm, Savannah, Deep Impact, About a Boy, and This Sound.
Go.
And on that note, we have Fantastic Friday, giving sharks a voice, Free Trade Day, Iris Day, Military Spouse Appreciation Day, National Public Gardens Day, National Cupcake Day, National Coconut Cream Pie Day, National Have a Coconut, National Provider Appreciation Day, No Socks Day, National Student Nurse Day, Pisha, some Hebrew thing, I don't know. World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day, Victory in Europe Day, World Ovarian Cancer Day, and Times of Remembrance and Liquidation of those lost during World War II. Now, on Steam, you probably know what's about to happen, but obviously, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, Player Unknown Battlegrounds, GTA 5, Ross, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Team Fortress 2, Source SDK, Destiny 2, and to end it off, you can go to. We're going back to. Well, technically, we have 2 minutes left.
Oh yeah. Table.
Alright. Oh my god. Please. Anyways.
Ma'am, we're on live news, I must add.
I'm gonna go ahead and save you ears. Thank you.
First of all, I have a cat, and yeah.
I would like to apologize that my mispronunciation of Boba Fett.
Also, the mispronunciation of Mandalorian as Mandalorian.
I want to shout out the audience here who's watching the show. I see I Awesome J, Microsoft Sam over there. You got Ding. You got
What?
Gnome
What did you?
Pepper.
Wait. What did you?
Look, his name was Ding Dongs. I said Ding Dongs. Okay.
Okay, but
Uh-oh.
buddy, I don't
All of
know.
you out there. Help
Some
Charles
things
G9.
are just
I see
not meant to
Charles
be
G9
said.
out there.
Charles
You know,
G9 sounds like
yeah,
a.
you just gotta shout him out. Oh, you can see Danny
Yeah.
Danny De Silva. Danny, is that his name?
Danny De Silva.
Danny
I'll be coming on next
Silva.
week.
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito. Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Well,
Yeah, that's that. I think we should go ahead and start throwing.
all right. Close it. Howard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching GC News. Tune in tomorrow. It's Saturday. I won't be here. Follow us on Twitter at GCNews_ and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more daily updates. And until then, I'm JohnnyZillion, and that would have been the first.
And I am I'm Ryan.
And
See you tomorrow. Thank you.
goodbye. Good night.
Help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered.
First science. Why do they want to spay or neuter the pets? That's just ending the population. That's literally ending the population. Literally ending the population as we speak. What's the point? Bob Barker, you sick, twisted son. You killed all the dogs.